What's up, everybody? It's me, Crosspatch. Welcome back to my Madden 21 Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. It is the start of a brand new NFL football season. The year is 2024, and we are in the fifth season of this franchise, believe it or not. These Steelers are coming off yet another Super Bowl victory. This time we defeated the Dallas Cowboys, and this marks our fourth Super Bowl win in a row and our second undefeated season in a row. And we had an interesting offseason. Unfortunately, had to say goodbye to some of our players who have served this franchise well over the past four seasons. We did have an okay draft. Didn't quite accomplish everything I wanted in the draft, but we did pick up some good players I think are going to help us. So in this video, we'll preview our roster for the upcoming season, talk about some of the goals for this franchise and what else is new with the team. And we may as well start at our quarterback here. Dakota Kavanaugh, he is back. Last year he was a rookie. Started out as a 73 overall rookie. He is now 94 overall, as you can see. He is a superstar. And you can take a look at some of his ratings here. 97 throwing power, 95 deep accuracy, 94 medium, 90 short. And he's only 22 years old, so he is going to keep on developing for us. Last year he was the NFL MVP. He set the single season passing touchdown record. My goal, I said I wanted to talk about my goals for the season. One of my goals for this season is to open up the playbook a little bit with him. I feel like I'm kind of relying on the same plays over and over because when he was a rookie, especially the first half of the season, he was a little erratic. And some of those plays I was able to call with Roethlisberger, he was sort of missing on them. So I don't think I need to worry about that anymore. I think I need to be a little more open with my playbook, not just in the passing game, but probably in the running game as well. So that's kind of my goal for the season, is to sort of let Kavanaugh spread his wings a little bit, and not be as strict with him as I was last season. And you can see his ratings. I mean, he can handle it at this point. Obviously, he bumped up a lot through the playoffs last year and at the end of the season. So and he's only going to get better. At halfback, James Conner's back here again. He is at this point 96 overall. He's getting up there in age. 29 years old. He's got 2 years left on his contract. But you can see his ratings here, 96 break tackle, 88. Never really progressed much with speed. But everything else, he's one of the best backs in the league. He's our closer, I always say. We start giving him the ball in the second half of the third quarter and the fourth quarter to put that game away for us. Juan Cobb is a star at this point. He was a rookie last season, and you can look at his ratings. He is going to be taking over Conner's role at some point. Maybe not this season. Maybe I'll kind of more evenly split the carries this season, but definitely next season. That'll probably be our last season with Conner. And we're going to be looking to Juan Cobb or somebody to pick up that role. And Tyrell Hayes is a rookie we picked up in the draft. And we said goodbye to Anthony McFarland, unfortunately. He played that receiving back role for us, so Hayes is going to pick up that position, and he's going to be catching passes and playing in the shotgun formations and that kind of thing as our third down back. Only 66 overall, but he's got some okay attributes here. You can see I have him wearing jersey number 6. If you are unaware, I think most people probably know, the NFL is relaxing their jersey number rules for this upcoming season. So for quarterbacks, punters, offensive and defensive linemen, I think that's it. It pretty much stays the same. But for running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, defensive backs, linebackers, they are now going to be allowed to wear numbers 1 through 49. And receivers are going to be allowed to wear, and I guess running backs are going to be allowed to wear 80 through 89, and linebackers 90 through 99. So, we're going to see a lot of single digits out there in the NFL this year. There are some weird rules with as far as their, I guess any jerseys that the NFL currently has made for them, like in the NFL shop, like that people can buy. They have to pay for whatever stock is there if they change their jersey number. So maybe as many players won't do it this year as next year, but you're definitely going to see some guys wearing some different numbers next year in the NFL. And so I'm going to reflect that in my franchise. It's kind of something I like to do anyway. So Hayes is going to be wearing number 6. At fullback, I have Nate Mccain. He is a tight end, and he had been playing tight end the past 2 seasons, but also playing as our fullback. So you can see he's a pretty low overall. I chose to move him to fullback because I feel like I can give him the ball every now and then, and he may progress a little better than he would as the third tight end. So we're going to try that this season, see if we can get some of his attributes up. He does a pretty good job as it is, even though his attributes are awfully low. But we'll see if we can get him to progress a little better, actually moving him to fullback. At wide receiver, 3 superstar X Factors. Juju Smith-Schuster. I literally can't upgrade him anymore. I get this error message or whatever that is. And you can take a look at his attributes. All the 99s there he's got. 93 speed, 94 acceleration. So, he is currently somehow only the number 5 ranked wide receiver in the league. But, okay. With a 99 overall, we're okay with that. Claypool is up to a 95 overall. Also a superstar X Factor. And he recently bumped up to 94 speed. And hopefully he's going to get some of these other things up over the next season or 2. He's a year younger than Smith-Schuster. Deontay Johnson, I kind of regret re-signing a couple of seasons ago for the long term. We got a good deal on him because we signed him before he was a superstar. But, there's not a lot for him to do in this offense. He catches a few passes here and there. Thought about moving him to halfback and using him in that receiving back role. But I don't like to move real-world players around that much in that way. But he catches some passes. I mean, he's not upset. He's not complaining. His morale doesn't drop or anything. So, I guess he's fine where he is. And we picked this guy up, J.J. Lowry. 95 speed, 92 acceleration. Again, I don't know what we're going to do with him, but we needed a 4th wide receiver. He'll be returning punts. And I'll try to work him into the offense. I don't know, put him in the slot now and then maybe. Just all that speed. I want to get that on the field. But I don't know quite what to do with him. So we'll figure that out throughout the season. He's only 21 years old. I mean, he is... This guy is the kind of player where if you wanted to put some effort into developing him, he could probably end up as the best receiver in the league with these physical attributes. But, on this team, I don't know. I don't know if we have the room to do that with him. So we'll find out, I guess, throughout the season. Clay Peterson's back. He is now a superstar X Factor tight end. And he has had 2 seasons with 1,000 yards receiving. And you can check out his attributes there. Behind him we have Doug Middleton, who, again, could turn out to be a decent tight end. Just not enough footballs to go around in this franchise, unfortunately. But I might try to get Middleton the ball a little more. Offensive line is where we're going to have some shakeups this season. So I drafted 3 offensive linemen in the draft. And some of these veterans are going to have some rookies coming at them for their jobs. And I've got Jay Mcphee here, who is a 4-year starter. And his contract is up. I'd like to keep him around. He is star development, but you can see he's only a 79 overall. I mean, there is a possibility some of these rookies are going to make him a little bit obsolete. Mahoney is in his 2nd year on the team. He's a decent backup, I suppose. Dalton Harris is a guy who does not have to worry about losing his job. Only a normal development, but he's coming along pretty well. 83 overall at this point. Former number 1 draft pick. Behind him we have Glenn Hennings, one of those rookies who are look okay, at least. And this guy was a little bit of the surprise of the draft. Last year I had Will Wise starting at center. And he, with star development, I kind of hoped he would progress a little better. And if you watch him on the field, he plays pretty well. But his attributes are just kind of not there at this point. So he is going to sit for a bit. And we're going to have Brian Bowles as our starting center this season, at least in the beginning of the year. He's got a hidden attribute. One of his upgrades was an ability slot, so I am wondering if he is a superstar. If we will find that out once his attribute is revealed. So as a rookie, he is about as good or better than the starting center we had last year. So we're going to give him an opportunity. And at guard, we have our number 1 draft pick, Karma Barton. This dude is a beast. Okay numbers there as far as strength and run block and pass. So, I mean, that stuff will develop. But check this out. 75 speed, 83 acceleration. That is outstanding for a guard. So we did lose David DeCastro to retirement last season, unfortunately. So Barton is going to be jumping into his role, hopefully being able to do the job for us there. We do run left a lot and pull that guard from right to left. So he's going to be that guy in that role. And with the speed and acceleration, impact blocking 84, I'm pretty hopeful that he's going to be able to develop and to fill DeCastro's role pretty well here. And at right tackle, another guy who may be losing his job, John Keller. Again, it's hard to say. These guys have been with us for 4 years. We won 4 Super Bowls with John Keller. Or 3 Super Bowls with him anyway. It's hard to say we're going to just get rid of him. I'd like to re-sign him, but we'll see what happens. 75 overall. If some of these other guys are looking better, we might let him go. We might let Keller go. We might let Mcphee go. I'd rather not, but we'll see what happens. Moving to the defensive side of the ball, we've got TJ Phillips. He is back again. Rookie last year. He's going to be starting at left end. Right end, we've got Cam Hayward. Now, he is still a superstar. Still, has good strength. Has decent speed for a defensive lineman. I did notice a bit of a drop-off in his play last season. But his contract is up. I don't know if he retires, that's fine. But if he doesn't, I'd like to keep him. I'd like to see him retire as a Steeler eventually. He's 35 years old. Hard to say what'll happen, but, we'll try to hang on to him. If he's, he's going to be the starter this year, we'll hang on to him next year if we can. David Wiggins back at defensive tackle, former number 1 draft pick. Highlight of the playoffs last season was big 370-pound David Wiggins picking up a fumble and running 78 yards in the AFC Championship. Literally slowed down to a snail's pace at the 10-yard line. I didn't think he was going to make it in, but he did. So he's another one I'd like to see develop a little quicker. Left outside linebacker TJ Watt, obviously everybody knows what he's about. He's up to 99 overall. He is the number 1 outside linebacker in the league. And, a little bit of improvement for his progression still. So he has that job nailed down on the left side. Justin Ford is a guy whose contract is up this season. I would really like to hang on to him. He is an important backup. He plays both linebacker positions. He plays defensive end. So we'd like to keep him around if we can. In the middle, of course, we have Devin Bush. I don't know why he is not upgrading to superstar. He is a 97 overall. Every year he has an interception or 2, 10 or 12 sacks. So I don't know why he's not hasn't made it up to superstar yet. But he's our starter. He's a good one. And next to him, last year was a rookie, Chris Hayes, second year in the league now. He's coming along well as also 88 speed, decent acceleration. One of our surprises of last year, Derek Lindsay. He was an inside linebacker I drafted, who we moved to the outside just to see how he'd do. And he ended up as a superstar, and he ended up as the Super Bowl MVP. Had 3 sacks, I think a fumble recovery, I don't know. Had a crazy Super Bowl, ended up as the MVP. So still only a 74 overall, 23 years old. So he's going to come along as well. He is that bookend to TJ Watt I've been looking for. Cornerback is a position that continues to vex me. I have got 4 decent to mediocre corners here. Barkley was a rookie free agent that I picked up, and he has turned out to be the best of the bunch. Isaac, his contract is up this season. He is now up to star development. I mean, we'll see how he does. I mean, if he can develop a little more some of these attributes, the man coverage especially, maybe I'll re-sign him. Walls, his contract's up. He is gone after this year. Goodrich had some flashes of greatness last season and some flashes of ineptitude. So another guy who, I don't know, we'll see how he plays this year. He's going to have his shot. I mean, Mike Hilton's not with us anymore. We don't have that 80-something overall slot corner anymore. So it's going to be up to these guys. And, yeah, we'll see. And we picked up LaMichael Branch. He's a rookie. Because I didn't feel like we had enough mediocre corners, so I drafted one more. So, yeah, my hope for this draft was to get that one good lockdown corner. 93 to 95 speed, good acceleration, good change of direction, decent awareness, maybe starting out in the mid-70s as a rookie or low 70s, who could eventually be a great one for us, but haven't found him yet. We have found a safety that meets that description, though, in Minkah Fitzpatrick. He is a superstar, 99 overall. He is the number 1 free safety in the league. Led the NFL in interceptions last season. And on the other side of the field, we've got Tyrell Ledmonds. He is an 84 overall star at this point. And we've got him in a long-term contract. And I think that was the right choice. I kind of wasn't sure at the time, but I'm kind of glad that I locked him down, especially since we're so struggling to find decent corners. And these backups here, Quentin Matthews and Nathan Locke, these guys are an example of how you keep your roster strong and under control when you run a franchise, in my opinion. I picked these guys up as rookies, undrafted free agents, and locked them down to long-term contracts with a low monthly payment, a low yearly salary, and no penalty, so we can get rid of them whenever we want. And that might sound like it's unfair to a player, but I've given this guy a job for 7 years, who probably would have washed out of the league, and he's going to develop to be an okay backup that I can be happy with putting on the field. I mean, already they're kind of at that point. So that's a good strategy for keeping your roster under control. Find those diamonds in the rough are not the guys you find in the draft that the other teams don't think are worth anything. The real diamonds in the rough are the free agents that everybody passes on, that have good physical skills, and that you can lock into low salary, long-term contracts so that they can develop over time and be solid, affordable backups to you. So that's my opinion. I think I said low monthly payments because my wife just bought a car, and that's on my brain. So Chris Boswell, we did not re-sign him again, and nobody wanted him in free agents. So we can afford him, so we picked him up in free agency. So we've got him still, and we've got Jack Graham is a rookie punter. You know what I always say, I really don't care who our punter is. I'm just annoyed that they're so expensive. So that's about it. Yeah, we're gonna have Hayes is gonna be our third down back. At wide receiver, what I've been doing is putting like either Claypool or Smith-Schuster as the number one receiver, and then whoever's not the one receiver is the number two receiver, and also the slot person. So they've been getting a lot of catches. That means, you know, that's kind of like spreading the ball between two guys instead of one guy getting most of the catches and two guys getting peanuts. So that's been working for the past 2 seasons. And at corner, we're going to have probably Barkley and Isaac are the starters, and Goodrich is going to play in the slot. God help us all. I hope that works out. So that's about it. I mean, that's how the season's going to start out for us. We'll see what happens. You know, if you watch through this and you're like asking yourself, how do you get all those superstars on one team? I mean, that's kind of part of just running a franchise. It's what I enjoy about franchise mode. You know, a little bit of a spoiler alert. We're going to win most of these games, if not all of them. We're probably going to win the Super Bowl again. Once you're in the 4th or 5th year of your franchise, that's just kind of how it goes. So the fun to me is building a team, progressing guys, watching their careers grow, watching the team develop, you know, that kind of thing. So if you're into that, if that's something you'd like to learn to do, or if you just like to watch the Steelers beat the heck out of every team they play, maybe subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. I don't have to tell you what to do. You know how YouTube works. Whatever you decide to do, I hope you have a great day. And I will see you in the first game of the season. And guess what? It's going to be a rematch with the Cowboys. That's who we played in the Super Bowl. So that's probably coming up Thursday this week, something like that, Wednesday or Thursday. And I'll see you then. So have a great day.